Why Russia is stacking 42 nuclear bombers at one Olenya Air Base. Hello everyone, welcome back to the TAPUR Update. Today, we're diving into a military development that's grabbing global attention. Recently, Russia has reportedly stacked around 42 strategic bombers at one remote airbase, Olenya Air Base. Located way up north near the Arctic Circle, this base is a strategic hotspot. So, what's behind Russia's massive bomber buildup here? Is this just a defensive move, or a sign of something more serious? And how are Ukraine and NATO responding? Stick around because we're breaking it all down in this video. Olenya Air Base sits on the Kola Peninsula in Russia's far north, about 150 kilometers from the borders of Norway and Finland. Geographically, it's a unique spot located well inside the Arctic Circle, which gives it huge strategic value. From here, Russian bombers can fly directly over the North Atlantic and the Barents Sea, areas that are key points of military competition between Russia and NATO, especially with Scandinavian countries. What's more, Olenya is relatively safe from counterattacks by Ukraine. Ukraine has been using drones and cruise missiles to target Russian bases closer to the front lines in the south and west, but Olenya's far northern location makes it harder to reach with quick strikes. This makes it a perfect place to station valuable, heavy bombers loaded with nuclear and conventional weapons. The base has extensive infrastructure too, a 3,500-meter runway capable of handling large aircraft plus hangars and bunkers to protect both planes and nuclear arms. Most of the bombers at Olenya fall into two main types, the Tu-95MS and the Tu-22M3. The Tu-95MS, known to NATO as the Bear, is a turboprop strategic bomber famous for its incredible range, over 12,000 kilometers. It's typically armed with long-range cruise missiles like the Ki-55 and Ki-101, which can carry nuclear or conventional warheads. The Tu-95MS is known for its long endurance in the air and its iconic loud turboprop engines. The other bomber is the Tu-22M3, or Backfires C, as NATO calls it, a supersonic medium-range bomber. It can carry anti-ship missiles like the Kh-22 and the newer Kh-32, which are very powerful, and it can also be equipped with nuclear weapons. With a range of roughly 6,800 kilometers, the Tu-22M3 is a key platform for Russia's medium-range strike missions, often used to hit critical infrastructure and military targets in Ukraine. Supporting aircraft are also present, including 12 transport planes for logistics, two 134 UBL trainers for bomber crew, and Mi-8 helicopters that boost base mobility. Reports estimate a total of 42 to 45 bombers at Olenya, a huge concentration in one spot. So, what's Russia's goal in stacking so many strategic bombers at Olenya? There are several possible reasons. First, it's likely that Russia is gearing up for a large-scale missile strike campaign against Ukraine. These bombers carry cruise missiles capable of striking targets from afar, and since the conflict began in 2022, Russia has regularly deployed Tu-95MS and Tu-22M3 bombers to attack Ukraine's energy infrastructure and military bases. Second, this buildup may be defensive. Russia has lost important assets due to Ukrainian drone and missile attacks on bases closer to the war zone. Olenya's remote location makes it less vulnerable to such attacks, making it an ideal place to consolidate Russia's strategic air power. Third, this move could be a political and military signal aimed at NATO, especially Norway and Finland, who recently joined the alliance. By positioning heavy bombers near their borders, Russia is reminding NATO it still has serious offensive capabilities and isn't afraid to use them if needed. Lastly, it could also be part of routine large-scale training or crew rotations. Strategic bombers require intensive maintenance and training, and Olenya has the facilities to support this. From Ukraine's perspective, this bomber buildup is a major concern. Ukrainian officials have openly warned that Russia might be preparing a large missile strike launched from these bombers. This adds extra pressure on Ukraine's already busy air defense systems, which have been working non-stop to intercept attacks coming from multiple directions. Ukraine has also struck back. In August 2024, Ukrainian forces reportedly used long-range drones to hit Olenya Air Base, damaging a Tu-22M3 bomber. This showed that even though Olenya is far north and well protected, Ukraine can still reach it, and that the base isn't untouchable. Ukraine continues to upgrade its air defenses, focusing on countering cruise missiles coming from the north. They're also stepping up intelligence sharing with Western allies to keep tabs on Russian bomber movements and defenses at Olenya. NATO, especially countries bordering northern Russia, has responded by increasing air patrols and overall military readiness. Norway and Finland have boosted their air defense systems and are intercepting Russian military aircraft more frequently as they approach their airspace. In January 2025, NATO jets intercepted two Tu-95MS bombers attempting to approach Norway's air defense identification zone over the Norwegian Sea. Although NATO hasn't officially singled out Olenya, this interception sends a clear message. NATO takes Russia's bomber buildup seriously. Western analysts see Russia's move as extending ongoing tensions and potentially triggering an arms race in the Arctic and Northern Europe. So far, Russia hasn't issued an official statement about the bomber buildup at Olenya. Russian state media and military analysts say this is part of regular training and unit rotations, not a sign of an offensive. However, independent observers and Western intelligence view it differently. They consider it a serious step, possibly a preparation for attack or a show of force intended to intimidate NATO and Ukraine. Russia has also beefed up air defenses at Olenya, using improvised methods like stacks of tires to shield planes from drone and missile strikes, especially after Ukraine damaged a Tu-22M3 there. The concentration of 42 strategic bombers at a single base like Olenya is rare and significant. It's not just about Russia's military readiness, it's a political and military message aimed at the world, especially Ukraine and NATO. Tensions in the Arctic and Northern Europe are heating up, and Olenya is becoming a symbol of Russia's still potent air power, ready to be deployed at any moment. We'll keep watching how this situation develops, as every move in this region could shift the geopolitical and security balance in Europe. This content is created solely for educational and informational purposes. It is intended to provide insights based on verified data, credible sources, and careful analysis. Our goal is to foster a deeper understanding of modern military technology and current events, not to promote or endorse any form of conflict, propaganda, or political agenda. We strictly oppose the spread of misinformation and hoaxes. Every piece of information presented has been carefully sourced from reliable, publicly available references. We encourage viewers to approach the topic with critical thinking and respect for all sides involved, maintaining a focus on knowledge sharing and open discussion. Thanks for watching all the way through. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our latest updates. Got questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments. We love hearing from you. See you in the next video. Stay safe and take care.